We're less than a month out. San Diego State, New Mexico State, September 4th, the Aztecs opener. Fall camp, as I just mentioned, opening this weekend. And Brady Hoke, head coach of the Aztecs, back with us here on the home of the Aztecs. Xtra 1360. Coach, it is always great to catch up. And I'm just so curious about the vibe, because a year ago, you literally didn't know if you'd be playing football on August whatever of 2020. Here we are a year later. It's got to feel just night and day from where we were a year ago, right?
Well, John, it does, and I can tell you it was good to talk to you earlier today also. But, August 8th last year, we had 4 different groups that we had to practice with. And then I believe on August 9th, we canceled our season. And on September 25th, we had our first practice to start in October. So to be where we're at this time compared to last year, having a full complement of spring football is by really ahead of where we were, and we're excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, still obviously a lot of concern around the virus and COVID-19 and how it could play a part in your season. Mountain West Commissioner comes out and says that COVID teams that can't play as a result of too many COVID tests or positives will have to forfeit. So does this put you in a spot where you guys are going to have to continue with the protocols you put in place last year? Or, you know, is there any encouraging news about vaccinations amongst players, or what's new or different about this season that you guys have to deal with this year?
Yeah, Rich, obviously we're all going to be very sensitive to what's going on and the health and wellness and those kind of things. And the one thing I can tell you, our guys have done a nice job, the staff, the players, as far as taking care of their business and getting themselves in a position to go out and start fall camp. So we're excited about that. Who knows what's going to happen? The one thing, though, as always, every day you got to be ready to adjust and adapt, and we've shown that we can do that, and we will do that again if we have to. But the way our players have gone through, and Rich, you'll appreciate this, and not saying John wouldn't, but you get a feel for your team during what they're doing, especially on those days when coaches aren't allowed or coaches aren't out there. I shouldn't say allowed because there's a little more flexibility than in the old days, to be honest with you. But really, this team and the intensity with what they've done to this point, through spring ball, summer, which I think is an important time, to what they have done, drill work, individual, O-line, D-line, school. I really haven't been around a team that's gone after it the way these guys have. So I'm very encouraged. I think Adam Hall and the strength staff have done a tremendous job, and our training staff, Patrick and his staff, really have done a great job.
By the way, season tickets, mini plans, single game tickets for San Diego State football this year on sale right now at goaztecs.com. You have to see that home schedule, by the way, a great home schedule for San Diego State. Coach, I've always found it interesting that the NFL, the pros, get preseason games. The college guys do not.
Yeah.
Would preseason football be beneficial for Division I?
I've always thought it'd be pretty cool, but, John, I always took it maybe doing it in the spring.
Yeah.
Have a spring game, against, at Michigan, let's put it that, against Eastern Michigan, and do something a little different. You're not beating up on your guys all the time, but, I think there's a place for it. Right now in college football, I don't know.
Yeah, especially with what's going on, but that you make a lot of sense there. The idea of maybe sharing training camp with another team for a week. I remember those were more beneficial than any of the preseason games when I was playing professionally, like spending a week with the Saints or the Chiefs or whoever. Because like you said, it's just, You get tired of hitting the same jerseys. You guys are going to be doing a lot of that this upcoming weeks leading up to the kickoff of the 2021 season. What is your goal, right? What goal are you going to state as the mission statement heading into camp with this team this year?
Yeah, I think a couple things, when you talk about that is, we've got to own everything. Every guy on this football team, we put an awful lot, or in this program, we put an awful lot, on our seniors and on the guys who have played a lot of football for us. And it's very important that they own it because this is their team. If I have to lead, then we're not doing a very good job in our senior class. And so we've got to own it. I think, we got to compete daily on everything we do. We'll do some competition drills always at the end of practice. Our execution and being fundamentally sound. The one thing I didn't think we did a good job throughout last year was we got to be more decisive on whatever we're doing. If I'm a corner breaking on a ball, I got to be more decisive. If I'm a offensive tackle and I'm going to go hook a guy on the outside, on a reach scheme, I got to be more decisive and do it. Have aggression in everything we do, and then you got to free your mind from any failure. You're not going to play perfect football, Rich. I know as much as you like to think you did not play perfectly, Rich.
Oh!
And I hate to be the one to tell you that. I would hope one of your coaches, but you understand what I'm saying. Hey, go after it. Be decisive and free yourself from any failure.
Rich, you always tell us that you played perfect football.
Okay, knock it off. All right, not when Brady's on the line.
Brady Hoke joining us right now on Extra 1360. Coach, today on that press conference, one of your student athletes was on as well, Greg Bell. He said he wanted to come back. He wants to win a championship for San Diego and for San Diego State as well. I mean, we know what he's been able to accomplish on the football field. He's an uber-talented runner. Just what type of individual is he, giving you this extra year and coming back? And it must be exciting for you to have him back for another year.
Well, it really is, John. And when we talked after the season, I talked to all the seniors, all the guys who could have come back or could go ahead and graduate. And when he sat in my office and said, "Coach, I want to win for San Diego. I want to win for San Diego State. This is my hometown." And so that I think it means something to him. I don't think it's just talk. I think the one thing he has to continue to do, because I do think he's tremendously gifted, is he's going to have to work through some things. Sometimes you get a little beat up. That's part of football. You got to keep working through things.
The story that broke 3 weeks ago now, it feels like old news, but there's going to be more tumbling out soon, I would assume. Texas and Oklahoma leaving the Big 12 or trying to. Join the SEC. I mean, this could have a profound impact on college football, but specifically on the Mountain West, specifically on San Diego State. So when you think about all of the possibilities and maybe some of the rumors, does it get you excited that maybe some new blood will be added to your conference, or potentially San Diego State, due to all the success your programs have, could join a Power 5 league?
Yeah, Rich, I try not to get too much in the fog and all those things, because I'm sure I'm not going to have any say on what direction, the conference would go. Let's put it that way. But I think it's exciting to some degree. It will be interesting to see how things kind of over the next probably 6 months, what happens, what's the next step for the Big 12, what is the Pac-12 thinking about, what are we as a conference, and obviously that's way above my pay grade, but it's exciting, to be very honest with you, but I think, with the different things that we've had go on this year, we just want to prepare to play our best versus New Mexico State.
And I do know this, your football program has won a ton of games against Pac-12 opponents over the last decade as well. Coach, before we let you go, we didn't touch on the quarterbacks. What are you hoping to see in fall camp from that group? I know Lucas Johnson had a nice spring. What are you hoping to see collectively from that trio?
Yeah, I think number one, all three of them. I'd like to see the progress they made through the summer. You know, when you look at when they're out there throwing 7-on-7 and the timing of the routes. Again, a word you heard me say, be decisive on their throws, footwork, all those things, and then the competitiveness, you know. And I can tell you, I like all three, what they've done so far. Lucas, if we started today, he'd be the guy who would take the first snap. And then I would say the other thing I think we got going on is Will Haskell's a pretty good quarterback. So I think that's very promising.
September 4th, New Mexico State up against the San Diego State Aztecs in Carson. We are within a month away, Coach. Season tickets and many plans in place and on sale. Go to goaztecs.com for more information. And, Coach, we appreciate the time as always.
You guys are the best. Thanks, guys. And, Rich, we'll have to talk about your team sometime a little later.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll get on the same page soon here, Coach. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.